This is Hillary Goldstein, Editor-in-Chief of the IGN Xbox team, here with a review of Marathon. Now, Marathon-durandal is the second in the trilogy that Bungie made before they ever made Halo, and so that's why everybody's excited about it coming out on Xbox Live. It doesn't actually have anything to do with Halo. It's set in a completely different universe, but there are some little familiar touches that people who've played Halo might recognize, but they're not really connected in any way. So don't start playing this game thinking that you're going to be getting a Halo experience. It's unique in itself. The first time you see Marathon, you're going to be thinking, hey, this looks just like Doom. And while it does look a lot like Doom, it doesn't play quite like Doom because there's a lot more sophistication in the missions that you have to do and in the presentation. So in Doom, the whole point was you just run around this big open area shooting people and trying to get to the exit. And in Marathon, you actually are going from computer terminal to computer terminal doing different tasks. So you might be told that you have to plant like a device on some area in the map, or you might have to kill some people and unlock a door or something like that before you can continue on. So it's a little bit more advanced than something that you'd see in Doom, but the basics are still the same, where you're just kind of running around in this 3D world with lots of kind of ugly sprites and just shooting everything you can. Now, Freeverse, the guys that ported this over from the Mac, they did a couple of nice things. They updated the sprites so they don't look quite as ugly as they would have from the original Mac version, and they also brought it to 60 frames per second. So the game moves incredibly fast. It's lightning fast, and in fact, this is the first time ever where I would say 60 frames might have been a bad thing, because I actually got a little bit seasick playing it, because you just turn around so fast that you get a little bit of motion sickness. So if you have a weak stomach, maybe Marathon's not for you, but if you think you can stomach it, go for it, because it's a really fast game, and it's got a very deep single player. In fact, because you have to kind of run around and find your way around, I would say the single player might take you longer to beat than Halo 2 single player did. And this is a $10 Xbox Live game, so that's a pretty good deal. But on top of the single player, you've got online co-op, and you can actually have 4 people on split screen on one box play online together. Or you can do system link, or you can have 4-player split screen matches as well. And Marathon is actually kind of the origin of a lot of the fun gameplay stuff, multiplayer stuff that you see in Halo 3. So a lot of the familiar stuff like King of the Hill and such, they actually started in Marathon. So this game has about 6 or 7 multiplayer games, and most of them are reminiscent of stuff that you'd see in Halo or Halo 2. So if you love those multiplayer games, you'll actually probably get a pretty good kick out of Marathon. Now, one of the things that Marathon has in common with Halo is that it's got this sort of AI personality following you around, but instead of a hot chick like Cortana, it's this thing called Durandal, which you never really see at first. But it's a computer screen, and it tells this story, and the story actually has a lot of personality to it, and it's telling you where to go. So there is actually kind of a deeper story to it, and there's some really good presentation elements just with sort of some of the little screen capture cutscenes that they show and some of the information that they give you. If you want to actually read through it all, you can get this sense of this really big universe that was created by Bungie and then, I guess, sort of abandoned when they decided to do Halo. Marathon shows its age a little bit, but it's still fun to play. And considering that there aren't a lot of big games out yet, for $10 this is a pretty good pickup, especially if you have any intention of checking out the multiplayer. While it's not a perfect game, and it's not kind of a fresh experience, it still is enjoyable, and it's kind of nice to see where Bungie was beforehand. Plus, you can dual-wield shotguns, which is better than what you can do in Halo.